about time that I get my way. Steamrolling whatever I see. Despicable me. I'm having a bad day. If you take it personal, that's okay. Watch, this is so fun to see.
Ah, America, I'm back. Just in time for the annual meeting at Gatecrashers HQ. Just need to check in with reception.
Pero, maganda ka na Gatecrashers patus. Namanta ka di na bumabas?
Christ, how did he get minions? I'm here to see Dan?
Nomba.
What?
Nomba.
I'm Ethan?
Uno momento. Kata talaro. No.
What? Yes, I'm Ethan. Just buzz me in. I'm jet lagged. I just want to put my things down.
Nomba?
No.
Nomba?
Joker Lover 69. Jesus, what is this lab? Is Dan gone full supervillain?
Ethan, welcome to the Gatecrashers Laboratory!
That's a new voice for you. So what are we doing this episode?
The same thing we do every episode, Ethan. Try to make people find things that bring them joy.
You know that's not like an evil thing, right? That's actually a good thing?
Criminy. I've been really trying to do this big supervillain thing and make a name for myself. The Minions have really been helping me out.
Yeah, that's really going super well. Hey, actually, how are we paying them?
Minions assemble!
Okay. True! Matagal ni manalog ko, Big Boss!
Hello, and welcome to Gatecrashers, a podcast dedicated to kicking open the door to your next favorite thing. Our mission, our creed, and our code is this: to make all things more approachable and accessible to everyone. We want you to find a universe that you'll fall in love with. Hi, I'm Dan. My pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Ethan. My pronouns are also he, him.
And today we're talking about the motherfucking Minions.
God.
Listen, these movies are great. I don't care what you say. You gave Free Guy a 5 on Letterboxd.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think you did.
No, I didn't. It's like a 3.5 max. And you liked that film anyway.
No, that film was nowhere near as good as this. I'll give you my ranking, though, because we're not even talking about 3. Let me tell you what you're talking about first. So we're going to talk about Despicable Me 1 from 2010, Despicable Me from 2013, Minions from 2015, and then I'll probably talk about Rise of Gru because I've seen it, and this comes out after it comes out, so I'll warn you before I give you spoilers about that. I'm trying to think of... And you had never seen any of these movies before this?
Nope, I had no idea about any of it until a week ago.
Do they have any... I mean, they have to have some presence over there.
Yeah, it just had completely missed me by.
Yeah. You were too cool for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Smoking cigarettes down by the pub. I mean, I have a lot of questions for you about the Minions movie itself, though, so we'll get to that.
Oh, God, I can't wait.
So, where do we want to begin?
Why did you give us a quick rundown on what these films are, Dan?
So, these films are about a bunch of little yellow freaks who wear goggles and denim in every single one of the films. They speak their own hybrid language that is made up of, I think it's 5 or 6 real-world languages. I think it's Taiwanese, English, French, Spanish. I can't remember the other ones, but it's like a very complex language. I don't know why they do it so. I don't know why they go so hard for the Minionese, but it's impossible to translate. Like, I have tried very hard to write a full script in it, but I have failed miserably. So they're really about these these little guys who just follow around whoever they think is, quote unquote, the most evil on Earth, because the universe has a lot of villains, and then there's a secret agency who tries to stop them. So these movies are really just funny kids movies, but you know how some kids movies have like this subtle adult humor? With Despicable Me, it's not very subtle. Like, it's very like in your face. It's awesome. There is a lot of like crude jokes that go over the kids' heads, but it's going to be hard for the adults to miss it. But I can also give you a quick history of it. So it's an Illumination Studios film, which is Sony's, it's like Sony's Pixar, essentially. They made, what have they made? They've made, Secret Life of Pets. I don't know what else they made, but it's basically the house that the Minions built. Like, it's the Minions, studio. They've done other things, but like, Minions is where it's at. Now, the Minions themselves, I guess they evolved from sea creatures, as we all did. Like, they came from the sea, then they were under the dinosaurs. Like, they followed dinosaurs as their leader up until... so, I'm going to go through the whole timeline with you, because it is very interesting. So... yeah,
I can't wait till we get to the 1930s.
Yeah, so let's go to 4.6 billion years ago when the Earth forms. The Minions came into existence 3.8 billion years ago. So basically, ever since they've been looking for a boss. They found that 7 million years ago in a Tyrannosaurus Rex who died. And then they went to a caveman who died. I think they may have accidentally killed the caveman. I think
and the dinosaur as well.
Yeah, the dinosaur. They served under a pharaoh for a while, and then they dropped a full pyramid on him. So they're all destroyed. I think my favorite one is, canonically, in 1431, they served under Count Dracula. Now, if you don't know who Count Dracula is, he's a vampire. He did a bunch of vampire stuff. He actually has an armadillo that lives in his house that I think a lot of people forget. In the original Universal Dracula film, there's an armadillo in his house. Absolutely zero. I have no explanation on why the armadillo is in his house. Something that sticks out to me. But so the Minions are caring, loving creatures. So what they want to do is have them, they want to throw him a little birthday party. And the narrator says that he based their leader, Count Dracula, parties all night. So the Minions, being the kind-hearted souls that they are, they throw him a little birthday party. But the birthday party's in the day, and they open the windows to surprise him and show him his birthday cake, and they kill him. So then they served under Napoleon Bonaparte in 1769. Nice. Wait, hold on. It's 1431. Count Dracula was born. It's not. Just reading the Minion timeline, and this is the wildest thing. So 1788, the Minions celebrated Dracula's 357th birthday, but Dracula changes into ashes under sunlight. That is the nicest way to say that they murdered Dracula. So they do leave Dracula's, they go to Napoleon, but after they find Napoleon, they end up finding their own place in the Antarctic. So they're gone from they're gone from they're gone from, God damn it. I can't stop laughing. They're gone from the end of Napoleon Bonaparte up until I think it's 1978. They come back in the 70s. So they're gone. Oh, also, hold on. There's other stuff. Like, sorry, spoilers for the Minions movie, but they walk through the moon landing, which is being filmed. All right. Sorry, the brief history of the Minions is not very brief, but they came back in the 70s. So after anything that anyone wants to make any accusations about, the Minions were not there. They were in Antarctica. So they came back and like the only real bad people were now supervillains. Although there's no superheroes in this world, which is also an interesting thing, but we'll get to that later. I'm improvising all of this. So themes. Let's talk about some themes in the Minions. I think the big overall theme in Despicable Me, the first one, is believing in yourself, because like it's about Gru and him not thinking he can do it. So he wants to be an astronaut as he was a kid, and his mom is terrible. His mom's also played by Julie Andrews.
Yeah.
You know who Julie Andrews is from the Aquaman movie?
Yeah, that's definitely what she's most famous for.
What else was she in? Oh, The Sound of Music. Mary Poppins. That's also another one. Not the Aquaman movie starring Patrick
Aquaman
Wilson.
movie is the highest grossing film.
What'd you say?
Is
it
the
really?
highest gross. Yeah, it made $1 billion.
That's wild that's her highest grossing film. That's awesome. Go Julie Andrews. It's a sin that like she couldn't keep singing because of her all the stuff that happened to her. Great. She's great. She's also great in these movies. So some of the major themes are believing in yourself, a lot of found family, because Gru ends up adopting 3 kids, which is all so it's Margot, Agnes, and Edith. They're all his children, played by Miranda Cosgrove, Elsie Fisher, and Dana Gear. His kids are awesome.
They're so good.
Oh, Gru is also played by Steve Carell from Dinners with Schmucks.
Anchorman 2, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
I was going Dinner with Schmucks.
Excellent film.
What else is he in? Let's look at his IMDb.
Are you leaving the big thing off? Are you not going to mention it?
What? Oh, Foxcatcher. The Office. Did you see they did the Despicable Me Office?
Yeah, it's so good.
So there are a ton of Minion shorts that I have not seen that I found out about. So I've been trying to find them. They're not on Peacock or anything, so I'm probably going to have to end up ordering all of the DVD versions of them so I can watch all of them. If you're thinking I'm a little chaotic in this episode, I saw Despicable Me 2 in theaters 5 times. Because the theater was also really close to the dive bar I used to go to a lot. So one thing hand in hand with the Minions. But really, as wild as this has gotten, but the Minions is really about a lot of positive themes, found family, belonging, and things like that. And honestly, these movies are for everyone. Like, I think anyone can really enjoy these movies. They're not super heavy. They're usually under an hour and 45 minutes, typically an hour 30, which is awesome because more movies need to hit that mark. You know who really likes these movies? Middle-aged white women on Facebook.
Yeah, they do.
They love posting memes of the Minions, but not like actual Minion quotes like, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, things like that. Let me find you a few so I can read them to you. I googled it. The first one I see, your father and I are getting a divorce. I've been hiding from exercise. I'm in the fitness protection program.
God.
Yuck. I just stepped in a big pile of Monday. If being cool was illegal, I'd be a criminal.
Jesus
Not because I'm cool,
Christ.
because I committed manslaughter. Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks? Back to the Minions. So, where can you get this? If you're in the US, every one of them except Despicable Me 3 is on Peacock. Yeah, you don't need to watch Despicable Me 3. Not that great, I'll be honest with you. Trey Parker's in it, which is such a wild choice to put in a kid's movie. All of them have absolute banger soundtracks, though, so if you have Spotify or anything like that, listen to the soundtracks, because
2 especially.
the Minions go hard on a soundtrack. The new one is produced by Jack Antonoff. You know who Jack Antonoff is. Biggest producer in the world right now. If you like Taylor Swift, Florence the Machine, Lorde, Billie Eilish, I think he's worked with Billie Eilish. He's pretty much produced every album you like. I promise you. And he's from New Jersey, so you can't get much better than that. Now,
Well, you can.
No, you can't. That's actually a fact. And if you don't like the Minions, then I don't know what to tell you. That's your fault. You're a bad person. Join us after the jump, where we're gonna get into I guess spoilers for the Minions. We're just gonna talk about Minions. So let's get into it.
All right. Hey, no, wait. Hey, please. Kevin, Jerry, watch the girls for me, okay? Dave, Stuart, come this way with me. Come on.
So let's talk about that first. Happy. Do you remember when that was on the radio at least 9,000 times a day?
Yeah, that's how I know what Despicable Me is. I wouldn't know about these films if I hadn't heard that song every day for about 2 years.
It was non-stop.
It was...
Because Pharrell did the first 3 albums for the Despicable Me films. I mean, hasn't been another one, so I don't know if he's going to do another one, but...
Remember they announced the 4th one?
No, I think this was... Because this is more... so, the Rise of Gru is half Minions, half Gru, rather than just Minions, like the first one was. I think they'll do another one. If they've dedicated so much to like get Jack Antonoff for the producer for the album, I feel like they're still dedicated to the franchise. We'll see after this weekend when the box office numbers come in. As long as it beats Thor, I'll be happy.
Thor's next week.
Nothing's gonna be, dude. Did you off topic? But did you see that some IMAXs are not showing Thor?
Yeah, because we want to keep showing Top Gun because dudes rock.
That's incredible that the military propaganda. I mean, the MCU is also a military propaganda franchise.
It's all the same thing.
Yeah, because they're not Top Gun was funded by the military, but they also had gun deals with Marvel. So,
It
is wild. They should throw. The thing is, I really would like to see the Minions franchise branch out. I would like to see the Minions in other stuff. I don't care. I don't give a shit about licensing.
World War II.
No, not World War II. I want to see them in like Avatar. I want to see the Minions just like hanging out with that, because the Avatars are like 8 feet tall, aren't they?
Yeah, I just remembered a piece of news that dropped today about Avatar 2.
That Sigourney Weaver is playing the child of...
teenager.
How he has like 5 of those movies already planned, doesn't he?
Greatest living director. What a guy.
Has he done anything since?
No.
Really? I feel like he's made like 3 movies. I mean, 4. He's done Aliens.
The last film he made was Avatar.
Damn. How come James Cameron hasn't done anything with the Minions yet? Like, the thing with Minions has only been like the same group of people that's done them. I want to branch out. I want to get like a Softy Minions movie. Like the Softy brothers. Yeah. Yeah, they're not in Fortnite either, which is also a big problem for me. No, but there's like limitless potential for merchandising.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Despicable Me 1. I think it's probably the most solid of the franchise.
I think I'd give that a 2.
Two's my favorite. Two's absolutely one of my favorite movies. Clearly, I've seen it that many times. Wow, he really did nothing since.
Yeah.
He's like all his Terminator shit between.
Yeah,
but that's not actually him.
He had his name on. And that's it.
Terminator is such a terrible franchise after
The
2.
most recent one was good.
Yeah, it was good, but it was forgettable. Yeah. Jesus, God, there's so many. Sorry, now I'm on the James Cameron boat. You know how that one goes.
Did the Minions do that?
What year was the Titanic?
1912? 11?
When did Napoleon die? No, they were not around. If he died in 1821, they were gone from 1821 until 1970 something. So no, the Minions did not have.
No, I've got it because they were in the Arctic, weren't they? They sent an iceberg out.
The Titanic was caused by the Minions. All of them were watching, just like from the shores, as everyone screams. That's an aspect that's never been horror. A horror Minions. Could you fucking imagine, like, you're in the fucking woods and all you hear is pa-da-da-da-doo, and like from the forest?
It'd be like the fucking like what the Ewok Hunt game mode in Battlefront.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can kill Ewoks. You can't kill Minions. It is a well-known fact. Like, in every one of the films, they have demonstrated that you cannot kill them. You can stretch them as far as you want. You can bash them with, like, hammers, axes, guns, knives, missiles. They're unkillable. Just be glad they're kind-natured. Which is so funny, because, like, the entire point is that they follow the bad guy. But they're not bad. They're just dumb.
Yeah.
They're, across the board, they're just dumb. So, okay, the first one has Gru trying to steal the moon. And he goes against the guy from How I Met Your Mother.
Jason Segel.
Yeah, Jason Segel, who wrote the Muppets movie. And I didn't expect what the movie was when I first saw it. I don't think I saw that one in theaters. I think I saw it after it was on, like, the DVD. But it was like, I was like, oh, this is a movie about, like, this dude with all these, like, minions. But then it turned out to be, like, a really nice movie about fatherhood and like trying to take care of people, like, and him coming to terms with that he doesn't actually want to be a villain. He just didn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah.
And his mom was really mean. Julie Andrews, his mother, was really mean to him. What's her agent? Like, what is she booking for her? It's like,
God knows.
You're in Aquaman and Despicable Me now. But the whole movie is essentially, like, them coming to terms with the three girls, like, trying to acclimate to Gru, who is also a mess. We haven't talked about his dog. I can't remember the dog's name, but
I love the dog. I love the dog so much.
Very clearly a dog and not some absolute nightmare creature that Gru made.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, the voice cast of these films is, like, unbelievable. It's just like, oh, they have announced a Despicable Me 4.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Let's fucking go. I'll see these movies until I'm dead. I don't even care. I generally find so much, like, I love being able to turn my brain off and just have fun with movies. And not having to worry about being there for 3 hours. And Despicable Me is just those movies that I could watch over and over. Because it's for me, it's not about the stuff that's happening right in front of you. It's the stuff that's happening in the corner of the screen. Like the Minions doing some weird shit by themselves that you're like, did someone had to animate this? Like, was there no editor that stopped them? It's all, they're just great little creatures. But the first one's, what are you gonna say?
Freaks.
Yeah, I think someone calls them little freaks in Minions. The wild family who picks them up to go to VillainCon. we're probably gonna have to buzz through Despicable Me 1 and 2 because I really want to talk about Minions. Because like
I know.
I have not seen it since it was in theaters, and I actually, I'll be honest with you, I was in college, so I probably wasn't all there when I saw it. But I was like, I don't remember liking this movie, but I watched it the other day, and I was like, wow, I love Minions. Like, it's very funny, and it's got a great cast. But the cast for the first one, like, straight out of the gate, you got Steve Carell, Jason Segel, the guy who plays Dr. Nefario, Julie Andrews, Will Arnett, Kristen Wiig, like, at the top of the list. Then you have Miranda Cosgrove, Dana, Elsie Fisher. But then you have, like, it just gets wilder from there. It's Jermaine Clemens, Jack McBrayer, Danny McBride, Mindy Kaling, Ken Jeong. Like, it's... And every single one of these films has this such a big voice cast.
Can I just say something that really confused me here?
Yeah.
So I knew, like, I don't know, I'd remember, like, seeing an interview when Despicable Me 2 was coming out. So I remember them talking about how Kristen Wiig was playing a love interest.
Mm-hmm.
So then watching Despicable Me 1, and when I hear Kristen Wiig's voice, I'm like, this is who's going to be the love interest.
So I was thinking that too, because I didn't remember that she was in the first one, and I heard her voice, and I was like, oh, that's Kristen Wiig. What? Like, what?
Really threw me over, like, that's okay as a direction.
Yeah, I was like, well, and it's not the same character. It's just, she's another voice act. It's wild, because, like, she's such a big name.
Remember when we were in Aquaman 2 together?
Were they? Oh my god! Oh my god! She's his girlfriend in Anchorman 2!
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
What a picture.
Wow. That is a very funny movie. I like, even holy shit. Oh my god. What? Sorry, I'm looking at additional voices for the Minions movie, and it's not like, you know, most additional voices are like nobody you give a shit about. Jim Cummings is the first one. You know who that is.
Yeah.
That's Winnie the fucking Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got names like Mindy Sterling and Tara Strong. Mindy Sterling was Dr. Evil's henchman in Austin Powers. And, you know, Tara Strong, one of the biggest voice actresses ever. What the fuck? What? I just don't understand these movies. Like, I love them to death, but it's just like, nothing about this should work. Like, I shouldn't love these movies as much as I do. Mm-hmm. So I think something that sticks with me the most about them is that the design of them, like, the world itself, is unlike any other animated movie I've ever seen. Like, everything is so unique looking, like, from the houses to the tech to the designs of the characters to the bodies. Everything has its own very unique style, which a lot of other animation studios have seemed to lose over time. Like, everything sort of blends together, especially with, like, DreamWorks. Pixar has some...
Yeah, like, it really does feel like it... Because it's Sony, isn't it? You said it was Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really does feel like Sony's taken the lead on that with, like, Spider-Verse and Mitchell's vs. Machines.
Who did Spider-Verse? That's Sony Animation, right?
Yeah.
That's probably the best animated film of all time. Mm-hmm. Like, hands down. But, like, they've done something that's completely unique, and it doesn't look like anything else, and it just stands on its own. It has a very, the villains feel very comic booky, but not in, like, a comic booky. I have no way to describe it because it's such an interesting look. Like, even Gru, he's just a wild looking character with his upper body. He's just, like, gigantic, and he's got the little scarf.
The scarf really helps put it all together. Yeah,
it really ties the whole room together.
Yeah.
But, Scarlet Overkill in the Minions, her ship is like a giant, like, Z, and Gru's ship is wild too. It's just like, there's such an attention to detail in the world that everything feels loved, and it's not like just everything is thrown in there just to, like, get a buck from kids. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not cashing in. Like, it's not making a movie about a movie based on a kid's toy based on a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I'm seeing it tomorrow.
It's so fucking forgettable. Lightyear was just forgettable. It was good. I watched it. And then I was like, okay, I never have to think about that movie again. And that's why I like this, because it's like, oh, wow, those Minions sang a song about Irish people drinking themselves to death. Who let that go? Things like that. I'd rather have something completely unique and just wild rather than, okay, movie by numbers. All right, so Despicable Me 2 is about Gru falling in love, which is fucking awesome. It is so fucking good. I was just, when I was walking around the house, I was thinking about the moment in the beginning where is Agnes the littlest girl? Does it eat? Agnes is the smallest.
Yes.
It's her birthday party. So she's supposed to have a princess come, and Agnes is the most innocent one. She carries the fluffy unicorn around, it's so fluffy I could die. And there's supposed to be a fairy princess coming, and Gru's on the phone, and they're like, oh no, she's not. He's like, no, you don't understand. She needs to be here. So he ends up dressing up as the fairy princess himself.
Yeah, he does.
And it's not played as like, men wearing clothes he shouldn't. It's not like played as a joke like that. It's like, this is a dad who really loves his kid, and he's just like being a princess. They make fun of him for, I think, his nose, and he mocks the kid. But then afterwards, all the kids are running away to go get cake, and Agnes comes over and she goes, I know it's you, Gru. I just pretended so everyone else would have a good time. And it's things like that make these movies so special for me, because they're like, even if they're goofy and they have these weird adult humor, they're just like the heart on the sleeve type stuff. It's like, it's just really nice. It's nice to see that kind of stuff. But in the same scene, the Minions come out to do a magic show. They put Edith in the box like they're going to chop her in half. Or the Minion pulls a fucking chainsaw out and they're like, okay, enough magic, we're good. Or when they come out in the beginning and they're all wearing armor and they have weapons, and I think they're gonna fight the dog, but before they hit the dog, the one Minion gets his helmet turned around and they just all kick the absolute shit out of him. Like, they know it's him, so they just dog power, just beat the shit out of him with weapons and all. I love those little fuckers. I cannot get enough. They're so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And even when they make it's the bottom of the barrel humor that I love. Like when they're, what's the character's name? He's got your voice. Oh, Silas Ramsbottom.
Jesus.
Steve Coogan. Who's also, like a really big actor.
Steve Coogan's a huge name.
Yeah, he's like a really big guy. He's, Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
He's like, supposedly he's back for, he's in the new one as well. Despicable Me 4. They hear his name. It's Ramsbottom, and you know what the funny part of that is. But the Minions don't get the Rams bottom. They just go bottom, and all the kids are laughing, and me as a almost 30-year-old man's also laughing. I love those little fuckers so much. When they try to go after the car when she tases Gru, and they're like, one of the Minions has the other Minion. Okay, so they all wear overalls. So he has them by the straps of his overalls. But the car is going so fast that he like hits something and he's got a sheet on him and he's flying in the air, just like paragliding. Oh, God. They're so... Oh, fuck. There's also the scene when he has the cupcake place and he makes the cupcake and he looks so happy that he made the cupcake look like a Minion. And he holds it up. And Lucy, Kristen Wiig's character, kicks it into the air and destroys it, and you just watch his heart break, but then he falls in love with her. Love those guys. They're always kissing too. The Minions are always kissing each other. You don't really know what the Minion story is. I don't know if they're like all identical, because there are 3 Minions who are named. Well, there's actually most of the Minions have names. But the ones we know are Kevin, Stuart, and Bob. Like, those are the 3 main ones. There's one named Oscar. There's other ones. But those are the 3 main Minions.
Love Kevin.
I just really love Despicable Me too. They have an all-out rager where they're all drinking. Like, So they're drinking, but they're drinking ice cream, like floats and things like that. But they're singing a song called "Another Irish Drinking Song" by Da Vinci's Notebook, which is a raunchy song. It's very raunch. It's just like about Irish people and how they drink too much. It's a wild song, but then it's in Minion. The whole thing is in Minion. And like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's a nice song. And then I bought the soundtrack. And I saw it was called
question about that. Do you think they learned that in Ireland in the 1970s and 80s?
Yeah. Yeah, they probably learned it after they came back.
Yeah.
Okay. When did the Ireland split?
Well, that was a while back, but a lot of the big stuff happened in the 70s and the 80s.
Oh, so the Minions were around for the IRA.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so they probably learned it from them.
Yeah.
the Minions to understand what the IRA is a little treat. Well, if they were in England... Yeah, probably. I could see them. Yeah, all right. Well, they were fighting for... Well, technically the IRA was fighting for good, so it's fine. Because they do make the Queen to be out of it as a villain in this, which is awesome.
As she should be.
She's a fucking villain and she needs to die.
Desiccated bitch.
Yeah. God, I can't believe... Ooh, all right. What else? What other thoughts do you have on Despicable Me 2 before we get to Minions?
Banger film. Best of a bunch.
It really is such a good... Like... If you do nothing, you don't have to watch the first one. Just watch Despicable Me 2. It is so good. Yuri Lowenthal's in it, I just found out. What the fuck? God damn. I cannot believe these... Vanessa Bayer, who ended up being a comedian I absolutely adore. But it's just a great movie. You got a little bit of love. You got the kids doing their own thing. At one point there is a hat made of nachos. So it's a sombrero. It's a sombrero, but the sombrero is one solid tortilla chip. So in the rim of the tortilla chip hat is guac. So you can break off pieces of the hat, dip them in the chip, and eat it.
It's genius.
It is brilliant. Oh, they also have evil minions in that one, which are terrifying.
Yeah.
They like eat through anything. The Minions are dangerous. I want to really get that across in this podcast. I want people to know that I think the Minions are a dangerous group, but they're too dumb to do anything about it. They're a threat to no one other than all the people they've murdered. Or what did they say? What was the exact wording of when they murdered Dracula? I think they said he was...
turned him to dust.
They turned him to dust. The Minions have a tendency to turn people to dust. I don't think they kill Scarlet Overkill though. She gets arrested.
Yeah.
But let's get to Minions and the fact that the moon landing was fake. Honestly, I believe the Minions over anyone else. The only thing they didn't do in this is that they didn't make it Stanley Kubrick, which would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, tell me your feelings about Minions, the Minion movie.
Very accurate portrayal of Britain.
That's what I thought. I was going to ask you if you were related to anyone in the film. I just didn't know. One of the tower guards came through and was like, "Oh my god, that's Ethan's dad!" And Scarlett was like, "You piece of shit."
I can't wait to lock you in the Tower of London where we there next year.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to do the Minions movie thing. I'm going to take over London. So one of the major plot points in Minions is that they start working for Scarlet Overkill, who's the world's worst villain or whatever. And she wants them to steal the crown jewels, which I guess is like something important to the queen or whatever. Just a little thing. I think there's been a Doctor Who plot about it or something, right?
There's a Sherlock plot.
Yeah. I only watched season... When's the one where he yeeted himself off the roof?
That's the episode with the crown jewels.
Yeah, I've seen that up to there.
Yeah.
That was when I started it when it was on PBS, but then it was like, what was it? Sure Who Locked, whatever the hell that shit was. where like
Ugh.
where everything became unbearable to watch because the internet. I might go back and watch that. I have to go back and watch Supernatural for something as well.
all 15 seasons.
No, God, no. I'm only going to watch the good ones, and then the episode of Scooby Doo. But sorry, I'm just thinking about the moon landing again. Could you imagine if the Minions were in the Moon movie where the moon was haunted? So it's Patrick Wilson. Who else was in that movie? Patrick Wilson, Halle Berry, that other guy,
and Samuel Tarly.
Samuel Tarly, and it's like 8 minions behind them going to fight the moon.
But it's already a hilariously good film. That would be a 5-star masterpiece if it was with the Minions.
That is the plot of Despicable Me. The Minions have a plethora of knowledge on the moon, so adding them into the moon's haunted movie would only make it make sense.
Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted. So this movie's fucking wild. They have a villain con in Orlando, Florida, but it's before Orlando, Florida is the Orlando, Florida that you know, so it's just a swamp. And there's this sign of like a beautiful city that says Orlando coming soon. They get picked up by this family. And you think it's like the typical nuclear family. The mom is played by Tanya Harding's mom from Tanya, I, Tanya.
Allison Janney.
Yeah, Allison. Yeah. I'm... A lot of the times when I make bits where it's like I'm saying from the movies you don't expect me to say them from is actually what I'm remembering them from.
Yeah, I know I'm well aware.
So it's Allison Janney, Michael Keaton, and then I can't remember who voiced the 2 kids. But you get Michael Keaton and Allison Janney as the mom and pop, and they're riding down the road. They call them the little freaks. So they're with their whole family, and they're like, oh, you guys want to stretch your legs? They put on fucking ski masks and rob a convenience store. And I'm like, yeah, this is my kind of movie. They then go on a high-speed chase where they fight the police with rocket launchers. And the Minions fire the rockets off from the back.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful scene. But from there, they end up in England, and they're supposed to steal the crown jewels. Now, if you know anything about the crown jewels, they're, I don't know, the Queen's funny hat, kind of like the Pope's funny hat, because they both let the world get away with monstrous tragedies. The Minions then get caught. Now, if they were in America, it wouldn't have gone this way. But in England, none of the police can do anything. I mean, the Americans are even worse.
Yes.
They would just kill them. The Minions then pretty much take out the entirety of London's police force. Just 3 Minions versus the entire security. Also, the villains are there at some point. So, this is not me being an asshole. Is the Sword in the Stone a thing that's actually in London? Or is that...
No.
That's not real?
No. It's that legend is King Arthur.
Wait, King Arthur is not real?
Is this a genuine question?
No, I actually... No, I thought there'd be like a tourist thing where like they had...
If it would be, I don't think it would be in London itself.
Where would it be?
It'd be in some castle somewhere in the countryside.
I know there's one in Disney World, but I don't think that's the real one.
Yeah. Camelot. Camelot was in the Florida Everglades.
Yeah, I guess there is. I legitimately always thought there was like some sort of tourist attraction where you could try to pull the sword from this. Well, I don't know. I didn't know. I just thought that was the only thing to see in London. That and the fucking whirly go round. London Eye. The London Eye. And the soldiers. What are they called?
The Royal Guard.
Yeah, those guys. The Imperial Guard. So Bob pulls the sword out of the stone, which makes you the king of England, which in reality is actually how it works. So within them destroying all of England, they then become royalty. They show up to, Buckingham Palace?
Yep.
he makes all of the Royal Guard change into Minion outfits. It is such a fucking funny bit because he won't come out of the car. So they're like, it's like all the pomp and circumstance, like da 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 da, and he's like, no, and closes the door and he's like, won't get out. And like, we'll do whatever you want. And he goes, okay. All of them are dressed as minions, and he's going down the aisle, like hugging each of them. And he goes, buddy, buddy. It's just like he's so happy to be there. Stuart at one point has a thong on that he kicks off.
Yeah.
They're just why he also is in a hot tub with 2 fire hydrants.
He has a threesome with fire hydrants.
Yeah. Yeah. What a guy. He's the smooth talker of the group. He's the cool one. He plays the guitar and the ukulele. Mm. So they take over England, and they're the king of England, which is just an absolute... watching it again... Also, there's Stiltman for a minute. If you're familiar with Marvel Comics, there's a character called Stiltman. At one point, Bob is just Stiltman. Also, Stuart gets that hat that hypnotizes people, and they have that musical number. What song is that? Do you know?
I can't remember.
That's not the Full Monty song, is it?
It's going to bug me. Let me look it up.
I didn't know if it was just some England song that I don't know. I know that England has all their songs from Paul McCartney. The Rolling Stones English? Yeah, I think so. I think one day we're gonna have to talk about Shrek.
Cult classic.
That's one of the greatest animated films of all time. I would put Shrek over Toy Story. I think Shrek could kick the shit out of Buzz Lightyear.
It's not the monkeys, is it?
It might. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know your country has just the Beatles and the Monkeys. It's like your big things.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Monkeys guy? Or are you a Beatles guy?
I'd go more Beatles.
All right. I always said you're a big Beatles guy.
Jesus Christ.
No, but I think the Minions movie is so much better now that I've rewatched it later. And then as much as I hate the Queen, when they finally like kind of get beat, like the Scarlet Overwatch wins and she becomes the Queen, they're on the run through the city and then they accidentally go into this pub where the Queen is arm wrestling people and just kicking the shit out of them. And I was just like, damn, I knew she had some strength. That's how she cut those brake lines. What you guys talking about in this episode? Princess Diana. I think this is gonna be counted as my birthday episode. This is just I'm just completely off the rails today. I just think the Minions are some of the best things in animation. I really want them to be in more stuff. They would be great in anything. Throw them in Stranger Things. Imagine those little fuckers running around with Vecna. They're like through the upside down. Vecna.
I wonder you running up that hill in Minionese.
Yeah, it would be good. The new movie, the Bleachers do a cover of, is it Karma Now by the Beatles? Karma, is that the Instant Karma? Is that a Beatles song?
Yes.
Ethan, you're supposed to know every single fucking Beatles song.
Am I?
It is Instant Karma ! Yes. The new soundtrack is every soundtrack is a banger, but this has Diana Ross, Tame Impala, Brittany Howard, St. Vincent, Brockhampton, Her, the Minions, like the Minions from the Minions movie, Thundercat, Phoebe Bridges, Bleachers, Carolina Polchak, Waste Blood, Callie Uchis, Gary Clark Jr. from Justice League, Jackson Wang for it's like this should not be the absolute album of the year, but it is because it means they don't do anything in half measures, although they are like 1 foot tall. God, I think the problem with the Minions is they go away for too long. I think they should always be around. I can't remember. Does this one have the credits that's like an animation and rather than a CGI?
I believe so.
Because all of them have bits that are in cartoon rather than they are CGI, and they're also very, very unique in their style. And they're like everything that has to do with the Minions, like nothing feels like a cash in. So like the comics or the books, they all have a very unique flair to them that you can tell that it's Despicable Me. We also didn't talk about the fart gun, which is throughout the entire series. They do a 21 fart gun salute in 2 when Dr. Nefarious retires, which is, wild because it's a military funeral procession. So I think I do want to talk about Rise of Gru. I want to talk to you about one specific part, if you don't mind spoilers.
Dan, I'm A-okay.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to talk about Rise of Gru, so if you don't want to hear spoilers for that, go see it in theaters after you see Top Gun for like the 4th time or whatever you're doing. Go see Minions. Okay, so there's a character throughout the film who's an old man, and he quote-unquote dies. And the movie ends with them having a funeral. The Minions sing "Can't Always Get What You Want." So I want you to imagine a very sad rendition. The opening, the "Can't Always Get What You," and it's the Minions singing that. And Gru is giving a really emotional speech. The person turns out it's not dead, and the Minions are the pallbearers, as they are meant to be. Take the casket out of the hearse, and they're trying to walk it, but you know how they're all kind of some are taller, some are short. They start wobbling and they dump it. They flip it and it dumps, and it's full of bananas, and like another minion falls out of it. They do a coffin flop. They literally do a coffin flop, and then one of them falls into the grave, and then they start burying him until he gets out. I was like, holy shit, they're doing a full funeral for the ending of Minions 2. It is
a fucking coffin flop.
I was gonna say, I can't remember her name. Come on, it's gonna come to me. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, she's in it, and she's fucking awesome. She's so funny. She's only in it for a little bit. She like teaches all of them how to fight, which is a beautiful fucking montage. Alan Arkin is in it.
Incredible.
That's not all, though. So it's Alan Arkin. Again, Julie Andrews. Dolph Lundgren. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Incredible.
Now, Jean-Claude Van Damme plays a character named John Claude, who is a French man with a lobster claw arm. It is fucking hilarious. Then you've got Danny Trejo as Stronghold. And my favorite one out of all of them is Nunchuck. It is a nun who uses nunchucks. She spins nunchucks, and at one point, they all take vehicles to like try to stop something. And as they're leaving, everyone like jumps up and gets in their vehicles. She puts her arms out and the heavens open and lifts her out of the hole in the house. I was like, what the fuck is this movie? Voiced by Lucy Lawless. Just absolutely wild. Henchmen, Jimmy Yang, Kevin Richardson, and John DiMaggio. Again, another banger cast. But this one, I think this is probably my second favorite after Despicable Me 2 because it balances Gru and the Minions much better than just being Minions. So it's about them together and them finding their own paths. It is the final fight is some of the funniest stuff in any animated movie because it's so over the top to the point you're like, I could not have. You could have told me a million different things how this movie was going to end, and this is not one of them. It's a giant battle. It's just fucking wild, and it's in San Francisco this time rather than over the pond, which is great. But yeah, I fucking love the Minions. I
can tell you've managed to talk about it for nearly an hour.
Yeah, I can talk to them forever. I'm still kind of dealing with the timeline of the Minions. We didn't talk about bananas at all, so let me talk about that, because you know how much I love the Minions, and what I want more than anything is to have everything Minions related. Like if there is a special deal, so for instance, IHOP right now. You know IHOP, the restaurant with the pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Minions menu right now. And I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to get some Minion pancakes. I'm going to have a beautiful Saturday morning. Going to sit in my bed and have some Minion pancakes, watch the Minions movie. Banana flavored. I fucking hate banana flavoring.
Banana.
I don't really like bananas. I don't like mushy things. I'm not a big fan of the mush. But these little fuckers, they love bananas. So every single tie-in is banana flavored. They have some cookies at McDonald's, bananas. I was just like, come on, give me some like lemon. The yellow lemons are also yellow, bud. Like, I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Minion. No, I didn't have any lines. Yeah. God, they should throw them in House of Gucci 2. I feel like
no. They should be in Joker 2 the musical.
I cannot. Let's talk about that for a minute, because what the fuck is going on at Warner Brothers? Yeah, everything else is tanking. Yeah, fucking, just make it a musical. It's fine.
I got nothing.
I know,
I'm done.
it's hard for you to talk about because it's your favorite film.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
You know how bad it's going to be for you?
Oh, I'm dreading it. I'm so glad I didn't know any of you on Twitter when the first one came out.
Oh, it's going to be so bad. I
might
really
just block everyone.
I do think we should get you an interview, though. I think we should get you on the set.
What with Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, you and Joaquin Phoenix. We'd
have the same
well-known.
energy in that interview, to be fair.
Yeah, he has very good interview energy. What's the one where he's like, how long have you guys fucking been here? Like, I think it was after the Oscars where he was just like, have you guys left this room? And it's just like, this is...
Completely on topic. Did you see the clip of the one Christian Bale interview for Love and Thunder?
No, which one?
He's asked a question about like, oh, what do you think has made Thor such a popular character? And it's like a 10-second silence, and then he just goes, well. I'll send it to you after this.
He's a funny interviewer too.
Welsh.
Yeah, he's one of your good ones. You've got him.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
Tom Jones.
I still don't know who this Tom Jones character is.
How do you not know who Tom Jones is?
I genuinely don't know who Tom Jones. You talk about it all the time, and everyone's like, "Who's Tom Jones?" Every time you say it.
He sang with Elvis.
A lot of people sang with Elvis. Is he a bad man?
No.
Song. What does he sing? He sings "She's a Lady." Whoa, she's a lady. Oh, that's Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that song.
Have you seen Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
He's in that.
Oh, he's in Vegas. He's
Yeah.
Doesn't he fight with them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That I hate Tim Burton. After I think Mars Attacks probably.
Yeah, Mars Attacks was his last good one.
Dude, that movie is fucking hilarious. Doesn't Jack Nicholson play like 5 characters in that movie?
Is 2 characters, a president and I can't remember the other one.
Like a Vegas tycoon type dude.
Yeah.
God, what a movie. Hold on. Mars Attacks was 1996. No, he didn't do anything good after that.
Yeah. Did he produce anything after that?
He did. He produced 9, which was pretty good. Forgettable, but good. Frankenweenie? People like that, I think. That's it. Let me see what he directed after that.
Nothing good.
I love his Batman. Oh, I really like Big Fish. I think that's his last good movie for me. Have you seen Big Fish? I feel like you haven't. Big Fish is good. It's really good. It's your boy, Ewan.
My man. Hello there.
Yeah, after that, nothing. He did nothing good.
Yeah.
I think he got too much into a formula and he never broke it, which is how it goes. But Batman and Batman Returns are fucking awesome.
It's so good.
They're fucking great. I think Returns is just
Returns
awesome.
is the best one.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's all I got. Did you see this $5,000 drink on the Disney Cruise Line?
Yeah, do you see what I tweeted about it?
No, what'd you say?
Go have a look at my tweets. Do it. On it. I want your reaction to be recorded.
Well, what? I just want to know what it is. Because everyone's like, oh, it's $5,000, but fucking tell me what's in the drink. Some stuff about how much you're excited for Joker 2. Joker 2. Joker 2.
Jesus.
Oh my god. A little bit about Joker 1. Jesus Christ almighty. Hold on. I'm not down there yet. I saw the 30 years of imagery from the Coen brothers with the chair. Did we have this? Have we had the discussion that I have never seen a Coen brothers movie?
No, what?
Hold on. I'm looking for... I cannot find what you said about it.
It's a bit further down from that.
Was it before the auction?
No, it was after. It was after the auction. I've got.
This is really good content, actually. I think for people.
Yeah, I DM'd it to you. I DM'd my comment on it.
Let me check my.
This isn't egg.
I'm gonna read it out loud. The only way I'd pay that much for a Star Wars drink is if George Lucas himself baby birded it into my mouth.
Yeah.
In these little New Balance sneakers, just spitting it right into your mouth. Let's just become a podcast where we just talk about stuff.
Yeah,
just
like we'll do like half hour on the topic and then half hour just shooting the shit.
We'll just talk shit about whatever's going on. I don't think there's anything. We talked about the Dan Slott taking over a Spider-Man book. Who fucking cares? Who's writing Predator over at Marvel? I love the Predator. We ever talked about the Predator? I love that fucking monster.
A new film out soon. Yeah.
Prey comes out August 4th. I'm fucking pumped about that. Ed Brisson. Okay. Never mind. Not bad, but it's just Taron Egerton confirms he's met with Kevin Feige.
Kevin the Hat stays on Feige.
Kevin the Hat stays on. I want him to look him in the eyes when I make love.
Remember when he showed up in X-Men?
Yes, I do. I just hope they make Wolverine a short king. Because, like, it sounds like Egerton might be...
I think he'd make a better Cyclops.
I think he has too much charisma. I think he's too likable. I like Cyclops, but I think Taron Egerton is too likable. What did we watch? We watched Kingsman 2, didn't we?
Kingsman 2, yeah.
Right. Wednesday. Aren't the lines Saturday? What fucking day? Dude, Elton John in that movie is fucking great.
I can't believe he did it.
Oh, I can. He is such a fucking funny dude. He's a wild dude. What was I going to say we should do an episode on? Predator. I love that movie.
Predator,
but it's just going to be me going
Shrek.
Dudes Rock for two. Oh, Shrek. A double feature, Shrek Predator?
No, like, it's pointless to do it now because it's technically past, but we should do a Top Gun episode.
Yeah, we could do that eventually. I think it's a summer one, though.
Oh, yeah, it's a summer film.
They made a Transformers of them. No, but fucking Shrek. I think Shrek. It's not a cult classic because it literally took over the world. It was one of the biggest.
It won an Oscar, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a huge fucking phenomenon. It was everywhere. Everywhere you went, Shrek was around. I don't know if it was like that over there because it's based on. I think most of what the set looks like is still what it looks like over there. That's what I just assumed.
Yeah, like I look outside and there's just a dragon flying overhead.
You live in a swamp.
Jeez.
Oi, Mom, get out of me swamp. He's more Scottish though. That's his thing. Oh, God, Shrek's a fucking great film.
Okay, we completely off topic. Let's wrap this up.
No, I'm going to talk about Shrek for the next half an hour. Hey,
sorry.
thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to this episode about Minions. Fucking greatest thing that Sony's ever done. Oh, Morbius. We never talked about Morbius. We're going to do a Morbius episode. I think the Minions would make that better. It's Minion time.
Yeah, just keep him away from Jared Leto because we're small.
Yeah. The ultimate predator. Christ. So, you can find us at gatecrashers.fan, where we have daily reviews, analysis, all sorts of articles and stuff you want to read to make your life better. We also have our other show, Sex and Whiskey, a show about sex education, and Brown Liquor. Love those two things. You can find Ethan on Adult Friend Finder at Ethan the Elephant. I'll let you figure that one out. And you can find us on all social media at Gatecrashers Pod. Thanks for putting up with us.
I'm so sorry about this episode.
Bye. Bye.